Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. This is day 211 of the run streak. Just got done with 10 miles. What can I say? We got it done. Came here downtown to the Ann and Roy Butler Trail to knock out the 10 miles, and actually normally 10.10 in honor of my dad. But I stopped at 8.57 because I met a young lady by the name of Paige who was caring for a turtle, and it turned into this really interesting conversation on resilience and trust and courage. And one of the things that I always say to myself, I go with the flow. Like, I go with whatever God leads me. And it weirds people out, especially people who need to have control, but it's just some way that I live that just somehow works for me. And I realized that I was supposed to be where I was in the moment. And when I met her, I stopped at 8.57, messed up my watch, had to start it all over again. And to get to 10 miles, it was 1.43. 143 is important to me. I love you. And it's the way I say God says he loves me. So I was really grateful for the conversation and for the time and for the sign. So here's what I was thinking about earlier today. Over the weekend, I'd been praying for my good friend, Roger. Roger's going into this week where some major decisions are going to be made for him in his life. And recently had to have his toes amputated on his left leg, and was already struggling with that. And then to come to find out that there may be more. And I tell people all the time, like, I'm in the greatest space that I am in my life. Like, it's not that everything's going great in my life or the way I want it. It's just that being at peace with everything allows me to just walk through the day with such joy. But the one thing that still sometimes affects me is when those close to me, like my friends, are going through struggles, or my family are going through struggles, and understanding what that means. So anyway, over the weekend, I've been praying for his healing. Like, I've been spending the whole weekend just kind of praying for his healing and that he gets some sort of peace from it all. And so normally I would do this run early in the morning, right after I drop off my daughter at school, but it was raining. And I won't let rain stop me from running, but I also realized that I can't necessarily go into the rehab center wet from rain. So I was like, okay, let me just go straight to the rehab center, spend the time with him. I got to spend about 4 hours with him, just talking, just having conversations, just fellowshipping with, and it was just a really amazing thing. But he said something that just shook me to the core, because I've been praying for his healing, and most importantly, I've been praying for the healing of his foot, so he didn't have to go through more surgery. But what I realized is God did give him healing, but it's completely different from the way that I expected. So he says to me, Ron, he's like, man, I just, he said, Friday night, I just had, I'm having the shakes. My leg, that left leg that had been bothering me, it just started shaking, and he was just having this feeling and understanding that something was happening, and he wasn't exactly sure what was happening, but his mind started thinking differently. And he said to me, he said, I just realized I've been wanting my family to get together and be stronger for so long. And he realized that in the midst of what's going on with his health and his leg, he realized that this is the closest all of his family had been coming together and bonding together. And he was like, I realized that what I'm going through is worth it. Now, that's a crazy thing to say sometimes, or at least what most people will think. But to me, it was such a real thing to say. And I could tell that he was coming from a place of healing, because he's starting to realize that life isn't happening into you, it's happening for you. And I just sat there, honestly, I cried. Like, I cried as he was telling the story, because I'd been struggling with what to say to him, how to love him, how to support him, how to pray for him. And that was just an amazing gift. And it was just something I wanted to share in the moment. Anyway, that's my words for the day. As always, be blessed today and every day. Peace.